We don't need to discuss refinement on either of these two motorcycles because there are no issues to discuss.
Wow.
This
Okay.
is the 250R is buttery smooth, almost too smooth from zero to red line.
Because when you started talking about the family aspect, and I was like, my memory of our conversation of riding the Charisma, or whatever briefly that I did, was that it was all right. It didn't leave me feeling that, yeah, I want to spend more time with this bike, and
That's
that
right.
it, for a Charisma name and for the 210 tag and all of that, I wished it had more roundedness.
See, think of refinement as Hrithik Roshan's cap. This poor cap has had to be rescued from a typhoon multiple times in the history of this bike. Correct? They've invented a completely new kind of cap which will not get blown off in the wind. There is no refinement issue to discuss.
Okay.
Okay? You ride it as hard as you want, it stays smooth. Like,
Okay.
I'll tell you this motorcycle on a downhill, Udaipur is, I want to say that word, but I won't say the word. It is beautiful. And Hero had a very nice selection of routes which really highlight the qualities of these motorcycles. And they did an amazing job of it. It's what they're supposed to do at a launch event, is highlight what this motorcycle does. We're going downhill, we're letting the bike run, and it gets to 140, 45 indicated. And you can tell that we are working hard now, but there is no refinement issue at that stage either. Effectively, I'm telling you, we don't need to discuss the refinement. It's in the past now.
No, so that makes sense as to why they would go to a new engine altogether, because they would have recognized that this is not hitting the markers. So, I mean, just from the standpoint of it being a product with a long lifespan, this sounds like the right start. If you're already
Yes.
refined at a 250 and you go a step up after
Yes.
that, that means you still have the latitude to push this.
Yes. And we will come back to this idea too. Just remember, we have to discuss this idea. We briefly touched upon it on the KTM adventure story also. We were told categorically, since your audience seems to be the most evolved, they implied it, they didn't say it, so I'm not putting words in their mouth. Can you please ask them to understand that if you want a fast motorcycle, which is relatively inexpensive because it's a single cylinder engine, you're going to have to pick your refinement trade-off. If you want refinement, they cannot be too fast. And if you want fast, they cannot be too refined. You have to choose what you want. Because all manufacturers, including Hero, are constantly surveying the audience to see where have we reached. And if we continuously reach the conclusion that the refinement is the ultimate deal breaker. So, brand new engine, it's designed to be reasonably fuel efficient for the class. It according to Hero, has the fastest 0 to 60 kmph time in class, etc., etc. As I told you, downhill slopes, sit on it, it gets to 140 something, and it does that. Yeah, easy, right? You will not think of this as a fast motorcycle, though you will realize this is a fast motorcycle. Because
sounds good.
so smooth that you can't tell that you're going fast.
This would be the point at which I would get worried and think that, this is that first gen RTR 164V problem that
it's almost there, yeah.
But it, from your expression, it doesn't feel like it is that.
No, so I had fun with it. And I had fun because the roads we selected to ride were really good roads. But if you were to take this motorcycle on an average road and experience it again, I'm not sure you'd reach the conclusion, wow, this is an exciting motorcycle. You'd say effective. You'd say efficient. You'd say clinically very good. You'd say mechanically super good. But would you say I'm excited about it? I'm not sure.
Oh, so this is again the Zoom 125 in one way. That feels like it's such a good thing, but it just that spot, that feel.
And that's the thing, right? So at the end of this ride, I'll give you two examples which are just wrong for this motorcycle, and I'll tell you what it did. Okay, so to get to the good road, we had a, I'm going to say 10, 11 kilometer section, which was supposed to be like a normal road, but it was under construction, where they put the stones, compacted it, then put the dirt layer on top, and then forgot about it. But you had to go through this to get to the good road, which on the Xpulse felt fine because it's like a dirt bike. But we had to do this on the Xtreme too. We didn't stand up on the saddle. We sat at some steady 40, 45 kilometers an hour. And we thought, this is fine. Was it great? No, it's not supposed to be. But did I think that the motorcycle was not feeling like it's supposed to? No, it was fine. And then you hit the good road and you start riding faster and everything clicks into place. So the suspension seems to work. On the way back in Udaipur, slow traffic, and Udaipur has pretty chaotic traffic, I didn't change gears because I didn't feel the need to. So I was in third and fourth and going down to 20 kilometers an hour, then going back up to 30, 40, 50, 60 and going back down to 20. So Hero has got the idea that they need to be refined. It needs to be super easy to ride. And in some situations, gear changes feel like they're almost optional.
I think it's my time to say, okay, Shumi, we get the point that this engine is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good engine. You will like this engine. Most of us who are refinement oriented will think Hero has got the best in class. Now, it sounds okay. Am I going to say that it's a memorable sound? No.
Loud.
Is it too quiet? No. It's just loud enough.
Ah,
So get the earplugs in. You are aware that the motorcycle is running. It's not a bad sound. The good sounding motorcycle, I'm sorry to say this and keep bringing this up. It feels like I'm marketing it to you, but I'm not. The X-Pulse sounds good. The Xtreme sounds fine.
Okay, I think we stop here. We switch to the X-Pulse
No,
now.
that's next episode because I'm really excited about the X-Pulse. So we have to discuss it separately. And there's a lot of context I think to be done. Now, when you get to the good roads, which is reasonably straight highway, but never flat, horizontally flat highway, it's always either climbing or there's a slope, and long sweeping corners, very few hairpins, two diversions which go from a wide 2-lane with shoulder into a narrow section.
Okay.
And you can't trip this motorcycle up in terms of the cornering, it just does. Okay. Again, exciting? No. Super competent, super predictable, super trustworthy, grippy tires, good brakes, you'll have a good time. But where the KTM can become exciting, this motorcycle just says, you ride, I got this. Okay, so if you're not a serious motorcyclist and you ride Xtreme 250R, it could convert you into a more serious motorcyclist.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a serious motorcyclist, you'll be able to appreciate how much this motorcycle does. But the extreme part in the campaign, it's in the campaign. It's a very competent non-extreme motorcycle.
Hello. If you enjoyed this clip, which means you're into good conversations, and that's what we're all about. It's really hard packing in the essence of an idea into a 60-second clip. This 3-minute, 5-minute video would have given you a sense of that, and you can enjoy this entire conversation in its full glory on the MotorInc channel. So why don't you head out over there and subscribe to that, and you could subscribe to this channel as well if you enjoyed it.